Hello students, today we start with the chapter credit management, that is also called as receivable management. Credit management, alternate word receivable management. Now, what we are supposed to do in this? First, the word management. Very basic English, to manage. Management means to manage. Now the question is, यहाँ पे क्या मैनेज करना है? What is management of credit? What is management of receivables? Let's get into the basic first. What is receivable? Receivable means what? मुझे किसी से पैसा लेना है. When I am supposed to recover money from somebody, when some amount is receivable by me from somebody, that becomes receivable for me. So in short, receivable means मुझे किसी से पैसा लेना है. Now guys, you all are doing accounts since FYGC. When you all make balance sheet, debtors goes in balance sheet. What is the logic of debtors going in the balance sheet? Because debtors से पैसा लेना है, it's an asset. Creditors को पैसा देना है, it's a liability. Let's stick to debtors because we are concerned with debtors only. How does debtor get created? When I sell goods, there are two ways in which I can sell. Either I sell on cash, either I sell on credit. या तो मैं कैश में बेचूंगा या तो मैं क्रेडिट में बेचूंगा. करेक्ट? इफ आई सेल गुड्स फॉर कैश, ये हाथ से पैसा लिया and I gave goods. I delivered the goods, I gave away the goods, I took the money, cash आ गया, पैसा आ गया, transaction over. But when I say credit management, that means money आया नहीं है. I will sell goods on credit. How? Credit means what? I give a credit period. कैश में immediately पैसा आता है. क्रेडिट में आई हैव टू गिव अ सर्टेन डेज और सर्टेन मंथ्स का क्रेडिट पीरियड. से फॉर एग्जांपल 2 months. सो आज मैंने गुड्स बेचा, आई विल गेट मनी आफ्टर 2 months. सो जिसको गुड्स बेचा उससे पैसा लेना है, रिसीवेबल, एंड आई हैव गिवन 2 months का क्रेडिट. 2 months का क्रेडिट. So I will get the money after 2 months. So that is the logic, receivable management, credit management. This is the meaning. Now exactly करना क्या है? ये जो receivable था, मैंने goods बेचा, पैसा 2 महीने के बाद मिलेगा. So how I need to manage that we are going to study in detail in this chapter. So in short, the name of the chapter credit management or receivable management means customer को credit पे goods बेचा है, that receivable को मैं कैसे manage करूंगा, that is the meaning. कैसे करेंगे वो हम लोग थोड़ी देर में देखेंगे. But the meaning of the chapter, the meaning of the name of the chapter is how do I manage the receivable or credit what I have given. Now guys, let's take an example. In this, I will give you the introduction and the basic funda of credit management, and being the first class, I'll just do one basic sum which will make your concept very strong. Okay. Now first, let us discuss the concept with a hypothetical example. Okay. Say for example, there's a company doing business X Limited. There's a company doing business X Limited. They are selling goods only on credit. They are selling goods only on credit. Now let's say for example, उनका current situation. The current situation of X Limited is their current sales, entire sales in on credit is 50 lakhs. Their entire sales are on credit, it is 50 lakhs. Now because it is on credit, there has to be some credit period assigned. Let's say for example, the credit period is 2 months. Now when I say credit period is 2 months, उसका मतलब क्या हुआ? Today I sell the goods, मुझे पैसा 2 महीने के बाद मिलेगा. Today I sell the goods, मुझे पैसा 2 महीने के बाद मिलेगा. That is my credit period. Hypothetically, I am taking an amount of profit as say 5 lakhs. I am taking the amount of profit as 5 lakhs. This is the current situation. I'll repeat. Currently, I am selling goods for 50 lakhs. I am giving customers credit period of 2 months, and the profit which is earned by me, is rupees 5 lakhs. Profit which is earned by me is rupees 5 lakhs. Now guys, listen. This is what is happening currently. Now the company has some plans. So what they are thinking? They are thinking on a proposal. Let me check the angle of the camera. Yeah. Now what they say, 2 months का अगर हम क्रेडिट देंगे, 2 months का अगर हम क्रेडिट देते हैं, my sale is 50 lakhs. Let's do one thing. This is what they are planning. This subject is financial management. You as a finance manager, you are supposed to guide them whether the proposal on which they are thinking, whether they should go for it or not. Now see, hypothetical, what they are proposing. What they feel that हम जो हमारे customers को 2 months का credit दे रहे, let's make it as 3 months. 2 months का credit दे रहे हैं, let's make that credit period 3 months. 2 months को हम 1 month बढ़ाएंगे. 2 months को हम 1 month बढ़ाएंगे. So my original credit period of 2 months gets revised to 3 months. Now, why they are doing this? Because what they are thinking, कस्टमर को 1 महीना एक्स्ट्रा मिलेगा पे करने के लिए, हमारा सेल्स बढ़ सकता है. सो दे आर प्रपोजिंग 2 months क्रेडिट में 50 लाख का सेल है. अगर हमने क्रेडिट पीरियड को 2 months से 3 months किया, तो my sales will go up say by 10 lakh rupees. So my revised sales become 60 lakhs. This is what they are projecting. I'll repeat. Current situation में credit period 2 months है, my sales is 50 lakhs. Now they are proposing credit of 3 months. Now they are proposing credit of 3 months, and they are expecting that their sales of 50 lakhs will go to 60 lakhs. Their sales of 50 lakhs will go to 60 lakhs. Now guys, 5 lakh का जो प्रॉफिट है, आई टेल यू स्टूडेंट पर्सपेक्टिव, तुम लोग क्या सोचोगे? सेल्स 50 लाख का 60 लाख हुआ, 10 लाख का सेल बढ़ा तो मेरा प्रॉफिट बढ़ेगा. दैट इज द मेंटालिटी. नॉट रॉन्ग, प्रॉफिट बढ़ सकता है, बट नॉट नेसेसरी प्रॉफिट बढ़ सकता है. 50 लाख का 60 लाख हुआ, 5 लाख का प्रॉफिट कैन रिमेन 5 लाख, 5 लाख का प्रॉफिट कैन गो अप टू 6 लाख, 7 लाख, 8 lakhs, और 5 लाख का प्रॉफिट कैन कम डाउन ऑल्सो। अभी तुम लोग बोलोगे सर पागल हो गया क्या, कैसे? याद रखना, all this is not easy, all this is not easy, because when you plan for this, there are some additional costs involved. When you plan for this, there are some additional costs involved. Let's see what are the costs. First of all, there is something called as variable cost and fixed cost. TYBAF में ये chapter था. BCom students, of course, this is only in BAF right now. Variable cost and fixed cost. What is variable cost? What is fixed cost? That I will come in sometime. But in addition to that, there is an additional cost which is incurred only when there is credit sales, that we call as cost of credit. There is something called as variable and fixed, that I'll come to it when I come to the sum in this session only. But usko chhod ke, there is an additional cost involved which is called as cost of credit, and cost of credit comes into picture only when the goods are sold on credit. Now cost of credit में क्या क्या आता है, let's go step by step. यहाँ पे 50 लाख का सेल है, पैसा 2 महीने के बाद मिलेगा. Today I sold goods for 50 lakhs, I'll get the money after 2 months. Can I say मेरा पैसा 2 महीने के लिए ब्लॉक हो गया? मेरा पैसा 2 महीने के लिए ब्लॉक हो गया. That means 2 महीने तक मुझे वो 50 लाख नहीं आना है. Now what you will think? अगर वो पैसा मैंने बैंक में डाला होता, I would have got some interest. So there is something called as interest on investment in debtors. There is something called as interest on investment in debtors. That means अगर मैंने ये गुड्स नहीं बेचा होता, 50 लाख का क्रेडिट नहीं दिया होता, I would have earned some interest. लेकिन भाई अगर बैंक में पैसा डाल के इंटरेस्ट ही अर्न करना है तो बिजनेस क्यों कर रहे हो? सो इंटरेस्ट ऑन इन्वेस्टमेंट इन डेटर्स, व्हाट आई मेंशन, इज अ नोशनल कॉस्ट. नोशनल कॉस्ट मतलब एक्चुअल कॉस्ट नहीं है. TYBAF कॉस्टिंग में था, या एक्चुअल कॉस्ट नहीं है, बट had I kept it, I would have got some interest. This is also called as opportunity cost. अगर मैंने यहां नहीं रखा होता, यहां रखा होता, इतना मिलता. तो अगर मैंने ये क्रेडिट से नहीं किया होता, मैंने इसको कैश में बेचा होता, 50 लाख मैंने बैंक में रख के 2 महीने का इंटरेस्ट कमाया होता. अरे भाई तुम क्रेडिट पे दे रहे हो ना, इसके लिए तुम्हारा सेल्स बढ़ रहा है. तो टू सेल गुड्स ऑन क्रेडिट इज ऑल्सो नेसेसरी. सो हियर 50 lakh gets blocked for 2 months. यहाँ पे 60 lakh gets blocked for 3 months. So the cost associated here is more. सुनने में अच्छा लग रहा है, 10 lakh का सेल बढ़ गया. Not bad, that is good only. But that doesn't mean that your profit also will go up. So you have to do in-depth analysis. So यहाँ पे मेरा one of the cost of credit is interest on investment in debtors, which when I come to the sum I'll do it in detail. 50 लाख ब्लॉक हो रहा है 2 महीने के लिए, यहाँ पे 60 लाख ब्लॉक हो रहा है 3 महीने के लिए. Suppose the interest rate is 10%, so I have to calculate 50 lakh का 10% for 2 months, 60 lakh का 10% for 3 months. That is one cost. Second thing, when I sell goods on credit, you all know, you all are again doing since FYJC, there is something called as bad debts. Bad debts comes into picture only when the goods are sold on credit. Bad debts comes into picture only when the goods are sold on credit. Suppose say for example मेरा 1% bad debts है, 50 लाख का 1% gives you 50,000, 50,000. यहाँ पे मेरा बैड डेब्ट्स 50,000 है. ये सेल मेरा 60 लाख है. जितना मेरा क्रेडिट सेल्स बढ़ेगा The more my credit sale increases, there are more higher chances of additional bad debts coming in. यहाँ पे 50 लाख का 1% 50,000, यहाँ पे 60 लाख का 1% 60,000, maybe more. So there is a cost associated with bad debts also. Then you need people to manage this credit. Staff रखा है, यहाँ पे स्टाफ 50 लाख का क्रेडिट मैनेजमेंट करेगा, यहाँ पे स्टाफ 60 लाख का 60 लाख का क्रेडिट मैनेजमेंट करेगा, तो वो भी कॉस्ट बढ़ेगा. राइट नाउ आई एम जस्ट गिविंग यू द बेसिक एग्जांपल बिकॉज फर्स्ट डे में आई डोंट वांट टू गेट इनटू डीप, अदरवाइज देयर विल बी अ कंफ्यूजन. आई जस्ट वांट टू मेक योर कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर. सो इन शॉर्ट, व्हेन यू डिसाइड टू गिव एक्स्ट्रा क्रेडिट, सेल्स तो बढ़ेगा बट सामने मेरा कॉस्ट भी बढ़ेगा. So you have to do all the analysis according to the situation which exists, and then you have to decide whether I should give credit of 2 months, matlab I should give credit of 3 months from the existing credit of 2 months. See, ये 5 लाख है. Suppose यहाँ पे मेरा प्रॉफिट 5 लाख से ज्यादा है, go ahead. 5 लाख से कम है, don't do. 5 लाख का 5 लाख रहता है, ठीक है, फाइन, यू कैन टेक अ रिस्क बिकॉज प्रॉफिट तुम्हारा कम नहीं हो रहा है, बिजनेस बढ़ रहा है, आगे जाके और बढ़ेगा तो प्रॉफिट बढ़ेगा. बट इफ प्रॉफिट रिड्यूसेस देन यू कैन अवॉइड. व्हाई आई एम यूजिंग द वर्ड यू कैन अवॉइड? द रीजन इज प्रैक्टिकल लाइफ है ना. ऑफ कोर्स एट अंडरग्रेड लेवल यू डोंट हैव दैट मच इन डेप्थ. प्रैक्टिकल लाइफ में समटाइम्स ना, इफ देयर इज अ फ्यूचर अपॉर्चुनिटी ना, बिजनेसमैन डोंट माइंड मेकिंग सम लॉसेस ऑल्सो. जो आदमी का विजन बड़ा होता है ना, जो दूर का सोचता है ना, वो शॉर्ट टर्म नहीं सोचेगा. उसको लगेगा कि फ्यूचर में मेरा ग्रोथ होगा, कोई बात नहीं, अगर अभी थोड़ा लॉस होता है होने दो, आगे जाके कस्टमर का बेस बढ़ेगा. सो लेट्स ग्रैब द अपॉर्चुनिटी, लेट्स इंक्रीज द क्रेडिट पीरियड, लेट इंक्रीज द सेल. अभी थोड़ा लॉस होगा या प्रॉफिट कम होगा, आगे जाके जैसे मेरे कस्टमर्स बढ़ते जाएंगे ऑटोमेटिकली मेरा प्रॉफिट भी बढ़ेगा. सो बिजनेसमैन टेक दो चार्जेस आल्सो. ऑफ कोर्स इन योर अंडरग्रेड सिलेबस में इतना डिटेल में नहीं जाना है, बट जस्ट आई एम गिविंग यू प्रैक्टिकल एग्जांपल. सो इन शॉर्ट, if the answer was 5 lakh profit here or more than 5 lakhs, you would say okay, it's fine, it is advisable to increase the credit. And if it is less than 5 lakh, then you say since the profit is reducing, there is no point in giving extra credit. This is what credit management is all about. I've just explained you the concept. Calculations कैसे करना, that we will see in the sum. So guys, I'll just brush up again. Name of the chapter, credit management or receivable management. How you will manage your credits, how you will manage your receivables. You propose that I increase my credit period. मेरा सेल्स बढ़ेगा, सामने मेरा खर्चा भी बढ़ेगा. So after deducting the additional expenses, if you are still able to make a profit or if you are able to maintain the existing level of profit, it is advisable to increase the credit period. Otherwise, it is advisable not to do that. That is the meaning of this chapter, and that is the level what you are going to have in your syllabus. थोड़ा बहुत additional calculation आएगा, that as and when we proceed towards the chapter, we will keep on doing it gradually. Everything I don't want to do in the first class. Got it, guys? So this was the base. Now I take one question. Understand the question very carefully. In that we will see cost of credit, what I mentioned, variable cost क्या है, fixed cost क्या है, that also we will study. Okay? I'll just be back and we will start with that sum. Okay guys, continuing with the first sum what I mentioned. Now see the question sheet and the picture also has been attached here. Let's read the sum and we will understand the basic concept with this illustration. Okay, again I'm repeating, this is a basic sum. Slowly when we head further towards the chapter, variations will keep on coming. Okay, let's see. Question number 1. The following are the details regarding the operation of a firm during a period of 12 months. Sales 12 lakhs, selling price per unit 10, variable cost per unit 7, total cost per unit 9, credit period allowed to customer 1 month. The firm is considering a proposal for a more liberal extension of credit by increasing the average collection period from 1 month to 2 months. The relaxation is expected to increase the sales by 25%. You are required to advise the firm regarding adopting the new credit policy, presuming that the firm's required return on investment is 25%. Okay? Now see, what is the situation? Existing situation में your credit period is 1 month. Existing situation में your credit period is 1 month. Now what they are proposing, see the paragraph below the table. They are trying to make liberalization by increasing the credit period from 1 to 2 months. So see how you will prepare the table. Question 1, heading will be evaluation of credit policy. The name is not given, otherwise you'll write the name. Particulars, existing or current policy. Brackets में I have written the credit period 1 month. Proposed policy, brackets में I have written the revised credit period 2 months. Existing policy credit period 1 month. Proposed policy credit period 2 months. Okay. This table keep around 12 odd lines. A little bit more than half a page. Okay. बाद में जरूरत पड़ेगा तो extension करेंगे. And there will be a working note for interest on investment in debtors. I'll repeat. Heading evaluation of credit policy. Existing policy is there. There is one proposed policy. Sometimes there will be 2, 3, 4 also. You have to select the best. यहाँ पे there is only one policy. So you have to suggest whether we stick to the current policy or we go for the revised one. So your headings will be particulars. Existing policy brackets में credit period लिखा है 1 month. Proposed policy brackets में credit period लिखा है 2 months. Okay guys, chalo, let's start. We will always start with the main source of revenue, that is sales, because unless and until you don't sell the goods, receivable picture में कहां से आएगा, और अगर receivable आया ही है नहीं तो फिर what is the use of doing this chapter? Okay, so let's see. Currently your sales is 12 lakhs. Okay, currently my sales is 12 lakh. Now guys be careful. Sales, now 12 lakhs में लिखूंगा तो सही. There are two ways. Straight away write sales 12 lakhs और नीचे देखो selling price 10 रुपया है. Selling price per unit is 10 rupees and your total sales is 12 lakhs. My total sales is 12 lakhs. My selling price per unit is 10. So for presentation purpose, can I say 12 lakh divided by 10? So number of units will be 1 lakh 20. So what I'll do, मैं सेल्स तो लिखता हूं इधर. I'll write the sales here 12 lakhs. Just for presentation, I'll put in brackets. This will be 1,20,000 into 10. Now, you can avoid this also. But the reason I'm putting it here is because when you come to fixed cost now, there's a very, very important point that we will see when we come to fixed cost. So I'll repeat. Sales is 12 lakhs. Per unit selling price is 10 rupees. So 12 lakh divided by 10. That means I have sold 1,20,000 units. That means I have sold 1,20,000 units. So 1,20,000 units sold at the rate of 10 rupees. That means my sales is 12 lakhs. Now see, I am selling goods worth 12 lakhs when my credit period is 1 month. Now, what if my credit period goes up by 2 months? Now, you're not a fool. Huh? 1 ka 2 months, when you will plan, when your sales are going to go up. Now, see what the question says. See the paragraph ka last, first paragraph ka last line. This relaxation is expected to increase the sales by 25%. मेरा सेल्स 25% बढ़ेगा. नाउ द क्वेश्चन इज 12 लाख का 25% बढ़ाओ या 120 का यूनिट्स का, कुछ भी करो, इट विल बी सेम बिकॉज my selling price 10 rupees remains the same. So what we will do, we will increase the units. So 1,20,000 का 25% add करो gives you 1,50,000. So now my units will be 1,50,000 and मेरा selling price 10 रुपया ही है. So 1,50,000 का 10% that will give you 15 lakh rupees. 1,50,000 into 10 will give you 15 lakh. So my sales 12 lakhs, existing, propose में it goes up by 25%. So 120 plus 25% gives you 1,50,000. 150 into 10 gives you 15 lakhs. So existing sales 12 lakhs, proposed sales 15 lakh. It's gone up by 25%. Either I take 12 lakh ka plus 25% or I increase the units by 25% and I multiply by 10. Why I am doing brackets? I would suggest you all also to do this because when we come to fixed costs, that time it will be very convenient for you all. Of course, कोई सब में units नहीं दिया रहेगा, then there is no option. Got it guys? So जहां पे मेरा क्रेडिट पीरियड 1 मंथ है उसको अगर मैं 2 मंथ्स करूंगा, माय सेल्स आर एक्सपेक्टेड टू गो अप फ्रॉम 12 to 15 lakhs. एंड ये यूनिट्स का इंपॉर्टेंस वेरिएबल कॉस्ट में भी आएगा, दैट इज ऑल्सो इंपॉर्टेंट. सो यूनिट्स फॉर वेरिएबल एज वेल एज फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट. गॉट इट गाइस? चलो नाउ फ्रॉम सेल्स वी विल डिडक्ट what I mentioned, something called as variable cost. You all have learned earlier, costs ka one classification is fixed and variable. What is the difference? Let's first discuss variable. Fixed iske baad ke step mein aayega. Variable cost means that cost. Variable cost means that cost which changes according to the level of output. Variable cost means that cost which changes according to the level of output. Higher the output, higher the cost. Lower the output, lower the cost. But per unit same रहेगा. I'll repeat. Variable cost is that cost which changes or varies according to the output. जितना unit ज़्यादा total variable cost उतना ज़्यादा. Lower the units, lower the variable cost. But per unit cost, unless and until there is a change, will remain same. Now see, question में देखो table में third line, variable cost per unit 7 rupees. That means every unit will cost me 7 rupees towards variable cost. Another reason for writing the units. So वेरिएबल कॉस्ट मेरा होगा 7 रुपया पर यूनिट. माई वेरिएबल कॉस्ट विल बी 7 rupees per unit and that will depend upon the number of units. So what you will do, यहां पे मेरा यूनिट्स कितना है 120. एक लाइन छोड़ दो अमाउंट के लिए, तो यहां का वेरिएबल कॉस्ट विल बी 1,20,000 इंटू 7. यहां का यूनिट्स 150 है तो यहां का वेरिएबल कॉस्ट विल बी 150 into 7. So I'll repeat, variable cost per unit is 7 rupees. Here it will be 1,20,000 into 7. Here it will be 150 into 7. Okay, let's see. 12 7 are 84. So ये हो गया मेरा 8,40,000 and 15 60 90. This is 10,50,000. Getting it? Wherever required, I am putting in every step the calculation in brackets. Clear? I'll repeat. Variable cost is that cost which varies or changes according to the output. Per unit same. देखो 7 रुपया 7 रुपया. But When you take the total cost, it will be according to the number of units. यहाँ पे units is 120, तो यहाँ का variable cost 120 into 7. यहाँ पे units is 150, so यहाँ का variable cost 150 into 7. Got it? Now, before we take the next cost, let's take इसका difference. 12 lakh minus 840 gives you 360. 15 lakh minus 1050 gives you 4. Okay, 12 lakh minus 840, 360. 15 lakh minus 1050, 450. The difference between sales and variable costs. Difference between sales and variable cost is called as contribution. You all have done this earlier. Contribution is the difference between the selling price and the variable cost. The excess of variable cost as compared to the selling price is called as my contribution. Simple words, sales minus variable cost. Next semester mein in costing you all have a chapter called as marginal costing and managerial decision making. There the concept of variable cost and fixed cost will be in detail. यहाँ पे basic है. Got it guys? So sales minus variable cost gives you your contribution. From this contribution, we will deduct the fixed cost. From this contribution, we will deduct the fixed cost. Now, in your questions, you may have fixed cost, you may not have fixed cost. You may have fixed cost, you may not have fixed cost. Now the question is यहाँ पे है, directly question में fixed cost नहीं दिया है, but see, can you see after variable cost, total cost is 9. Now apply logic. Total cost 9 rupees है. Total cost 9 rupees है, उसमें से variable 7 है. Total cost per unit is 9 rupees, जिसमें से variable is 7. So 9 minus 7, बाकी का जो 2 रुपया है, that is my fixed cost. So my fixed cost per unit is rupees 2. Now guys, ध्यान देना, this is not what we did for variable cost. I'll repeat again first. Total cost is 9 rupees, जिसमें से variable 7 है, so जो बाकी का 2 रुपया है, वो मेरा fixed cost है. Now guys, listen how I'm writing. Existing level कितना है? 120 units. So what I'll do, see the brackets, huh? 1,20,000 is my units. 2 rupees is my fixed cost. 2 rupees कैसे आया? If you want मैं brackets में दिखाता हूँ. 9 minus 7. So 120 into 2. Can I say 2,40,000? Okay, understand this very carefully. So 1,20,000 into 2, 2,40,000. Now guys, listen very carefully. Variable cost क्या था? Varies or changes according to the output. Sales बढ़ा, unit sold बढ़ा, variable cost बढ़ेगा. Unit sold reduces, variable cost reduces. But when I come to fixed cost, unless and until the question mentions, fixed cost will always remain the same. So guys, one of the most important point of this chapter, fixed cost existing level मेरा 120 है. So 120 into 2, 240. Don't make a mistake of what we did in variable cost, 1,50,000 into 7. No, वो गलती नहीं करना. My fixed cost, if nothing is mentioned, will remain same. Whether my unit increases, whether my unit decreases, whether my units remain the same, if there is no information for change in variable cost, then variable cost, in fixed cost, then fixed cost will remain same. Had they mentioned fixed cost goes up by 10%, then you would have done it, जो आगे के समझ में आएगा. So यहाँ पे I'll repeat, irrespective of number of units, if there is no information, fixed cost will remain same under all the proposal. All the proposal मतलब यहाँ पे एक proposed है, अगर 4 होता और कुछ भी mention नहीं है, चारों जगह 240 होता. So I'll repeat, existing level 120. So 1,20,000 को 2 से multiply करो 240. That is my existing level of fixed cost. Nothing mentioned, so the proposed level also remains the same. So 240 remains the same. Got it? So variable cost has changed, fixed cost remains the same. Got it? Very important point. I'll repeat again. My existing level is 120. So जो 2 rupees per unit है उसको existing level से multiply करना है, and बाद में हर एक जगह वो same रहेगा unless the question से जो यहाँ पे नहीं है. So don't make a mistake making 120 into 2 and यहाँ पे 150 into 2. No, वो variable में आता है. Fixed cost will remain fixed. Got it? So fixed cost दोनों जगह fix आएगा, 240 even though the units have gone up. Got it guys? Chalo. Now let's take the difference. 360 minus 240. 120 and 440 minus 240. 450 minus 240 gives you 210. Okay? Now, sales minus variable cost was contribution. Contribution minus fixed cost will give you profit, but this profit you will call it as operating profit. This profit you will call it as operating profit. That means profit arrived from the normal course of business. Now, of course, we need to get the final net profit also, but because of the concept of receivable management, यहाँ पे थोड़ा presentation में फर्क होता है. I hope the things are clear till now. Get the sales, propose existing, deduct variable cost, existing, propose, get the contribution, deduct fixed cost, which is same at both the places because there is no change, and get your operating profit. Now guys, what I mentioned in the explanation, when you are selling goods on credit, there is bound to have a cost which is a part of managing the credit, which we call it as cost of credit. So from operating profit, we will deduct cost of credit. From operating profit, we will deduct cost of credit. Now, cost of credit mein there are many items. One standard item which will be there in all the sums will be interest on investment in debtors, what I mentioned. At the same time, there will be bad debts, there will be discount, there will be other cost of administration, there can be more items, but यहाँ पे there is only one, interest on investment in debtors, जो हर एक सम में होगा. पता कैसे चलेगा? See that last line, last para. You are required to advise the firm regarding adopting the new credit policy, presuming that the firm's required return on investment is 25%. That means if this firm invests somewhere, if this firm is investing somewhere this money, they will get interest of 25%. That is the meaning of interest on investment in data. That means अगर मैंने क्रेडिट नहीं दिया होता, ये पैसा इधर लगाया होता बैंक में, I would or anywhere I would have invested, I would have got 25% return. So I am losing out on that. Actually, you are not losing. What I told you, it is a notional cost. Notional cost means it is just considered for the purpose of taking decision. Actual तुमने वो income नहीं किया है. This is just to be kept in mind for taking decisions कि अगर मैंने ये क्रेडिट नहीं दिया होता और ये पैसा यहाँ पे लगाया होता, would I be in a beneficial situation or I would be in a losing situation? So this is just for decision making purpose. But we will have to calculate. Okay, we will have to calculate. Now I can do it in brackets, but I will make it in the form of working note. Okay, just let me check the angle. I hope I have already managed the angle. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll make a working note here. Working note, calculation of interest on investment in debtors. Calculation of interest on investment in debtors. Why interest on investment? अगर मैंने क्रेडिट एक महीना नहीं दिया होता, that money I could have used somewhere ना. अगर मैंने कैश में बेचा होता, immediately पैसा आ गया रहता, एक महीने के बाद I would have got some interest. In this case, I would have got it in 2 months. So you'll have to calculate this interest for both the policies, existing as well as proposed. Existing as well as proposed. Got it, guys? Now listen. Very important calculation. Here, there are difference of opinion. अभी देखो, मैंने गुड्स बेचा है 12 लाख, यहाँ पे 15 लाख. लेट्स टेक दिस 12 लाख. नाउ द क्वेश्चन इज, मैंने 12 लाख का गुड्स बेचा है, मेरा पैसा कितना ब्लॉक हुआ, 12 लाख या और कुछ? सम पीपल से यस 12 लाख. तुमने गुड्स बेचा 12 लाख का ना, तो तुम्हारा 12 लाख ब्लॉक हुआ है. अदर ओपिनियन इज व्हाट? 12 लाख इंक्लूड्स योर प्रॉफिट. प्रॉफिट तो जब भी तुमको कस्टमर देगा तभी मिलेगा ना, जब तक कस्टमर देगा नहीं प्रॉफिट मिला कहां से? सो नाउ द क्वेश्चन इज व्हाट शुड आई डू? शुड आई कंसिडर सेल्स or should I consider cost? There is a difference of opinion. Both the ways are correct. Whatever way you do, you have to write the assumption. But we will go as per the author's policy, that even your syllabus prescribe that, and that is the general trend. Profit you earn only when you get the money. So keeping in mind the concept of conservatism, that means to play safe, that is FIJC ka basic. Record incomes only when you get, but record expense when you incur it, even if you have not paid it. So keeping that in mind, when I calculate interest on investment in debtors, if variable cost and fixed cost both are given, then we will take total cost, which will include fixed and variable. Interest on investment in debtors में cost of credit नहीं आता है. So we can take on sales also, but when fixed cost is given, it is more appropriate to take variable and fixed cost. जब भी fixed cost नहीं होगा, that time also there's a possibility, even if you take variable it's fine, even if you take on sales it's fine. That we will see later on. But right now, because the fixed cost is also given, we will consider interest on investment in debtors on the total cost, that is fixed and variable. Okay, I'll give you a note also for that. So now see, let's calculate. कैसे करोगे? Existing fixed cost, so variable cost कितना है मेरा? मेरा variable cost है 840, मेरा fixed cost है 240. Okay, 840 plus 240. So मेरा existing cost कितना है? 10,80,000. Getting it? Into what is the rate of investment, required rate of return? 25%. Into 25%. Now see, what is credit period? 1 month दिया है. This is per annum. So into 1/12. Sometimes they will give you days, then you have to take days, but यहाँ पे months है, so 1/12. This 25% return is for the full year. So I take 1/12. Okay, so 1080 into 25% divide by 12. gives you rupees 22,500. So my interest on investment in debtors is 22,500. Interest on investment in debtors for the existing policy is 22,500. Let's calculate, then we'll put it there. Got it? Now, same way I do it for the proposed policy. Same way I do it for the proposed policy. Now see, proposed policy का मेरा variable cost कितना है? 1050. Proposed policy का fixed cost same है 240. So 1050 plus 240 gives you 12,90,000 into 25% into 2 by 12. Okay, so 1290 into 25% gives you 2 months ka 53,750. I'll repeat, variable cost 1050 plus fixed cost 240, total 1290. 1290 into 25% for 2 months. यहाँ पे वेरिएबल कॉस्ट 840, फिक्स कॉस्ट 240, so 1080 into 25% for 1 month. Here 1290 into 25% for 2 months. What it see logic is what? अगर मैंने ये गुड्स बेचा नहीं रहता, ये 1080 मैंने बैंक में डाला रहता, मुझे एक महीने का इंटरेस्ट मिलता 22,500. Those who have not understood, understand here. अगर ये 1290, अगर मैंने ये क्रेडिट नहीं दिया होता 2 मंथ्स का, 1290 मैंने बैंक में रखा होता 2 महीने के लिए या किधर भी इन्वेस्ट किया होता, 25% इंटरेस्ट मिलता था, आई वुड हैव गेन 53,750. बट मैंने वो नहीं किया. इसके लिए फॉर द पर्पस ऑफ डिसीजन मेकिंग आई विल ट्रीट इट एज माई कॉस्ट, बिकॉज आई हैव नॉट इंकर्ड एक्चुअली, बट आई वुड हैव अर्नड. मैंने वो अपॉर्चुनिटी छोड़ा है. So that is the reason it is also called as opportunity cost, and for the purpose of decision making it will be treated as your cost. So what I'll do, cost of credit mein I will write there interest on investment in debtors, and brackets mein you will write there working note, and this is 22,500 and 53,750. 22,500 and 53,750. Now take the difference 97,500 and यहाँ पे 156,250, and this is nothing but my final net profit. This is my final net profit. Got it? So my final net profit is 97,500 and 156,250. 97,500 and 156,250. Clear guys? Got it? I'll repeat again. Variable cost and fixed cost लोगे if fixed cost is given. अगर fixed cost नहीं दिया है, you can take sales also, you can take variable cost also. यहाँ पे also I can take sales, but I am going with the authors, and to be on the safer side I will make you write a note also. Okay? Now two things, first conclusion and then इसका note. Now see guys, हमें decide करना है. Currently हम एक महीने का क्रेडिट दे रहे हैं. Now we are deciding to give credit of 2 months. So जहां मैं एक महीने का क्रेडिट दे रहा हूं, मेरा प्रॉफिट 97,500 है, और अगर मैं ये क्रेडिट 2 मंथ का करता हूं, मेरा प्रॉफिट 156,250. So can I say my net profit has gone up? So because my net profit has gone up, I will give 2 months का क्रेडिट. अगर मेरा प्रॉफिट इससे कम होता, I would have not given. Okay? तो पहले ये कंक्लूजन लिखो, राइट डाउन कंक्लूजन लिखो. कंक्लूजन, since the net profit is higher since the net profit is higher under the proposed policy. Since the net profit is higher under the proposed policy, it is advisable. Since the net profit is higher under the proposed policy, it is advisable to give credit of 2 months. It is advisable to give credit of 2 months. It is advisable to give credit of 2 months, or you can say it is advisable to increase the credit period to 2 months. Write anything. Got it? Conclusion, write in your own words. Now guys, take the note for assumption. Write down. उसके नीचे note. Okay? देखो. Since fixed cost is given, while calculating interest on investment in debtors, total cost that is fixed and variable, is considered. Total cost that is fixed and variable is considered. Alternatively, the amount of sales can also be considered. But guys, as I told you, we will stick to one thing. अगर fixed cost and variable cost दोनों है, we will go with the majority opinion. We will take total cost that is fixed and variable. That is the reason it is important to write the note. Autonomous students, अगर तुम्हारी कॉलेज में नोट नहीं लिखाया है, so there is no need to write. And if your college says sales, you can go as per sales. But otherwise, this is the trend. Got it, guys? So this was the concept of credit management along with the sum. I'll repeat. Take the sales under existing and proposed policy. Deduct variable cost. Variable cost is that which varies according to the output. Output बढ़ेगा, variable cost भी बढ़ेगा. Difference between sales and variable cost is contribution. Deduct fixed cost. Again, I'll repeat. Fixed cost is the cost which remains fixed irrespective of the level of output. अगर कुछ भी change नहीं है, fixed cost दोनों जगह same रहेगा. Don't make a mistake. Again, I'll repeat. 2 rupees per unit fixed cost आया. 120 into 2 existing level ठीक है. But यहाँ पे don't make a mistake. 150 into 2. Okay? ये same रहेगा. Get your operating profit. Deduct the cost of credit. In that, there was only one interest or investment. And see the final net profit. If proposed policy का profit is more, we will go for the new policy. And if it reduces, then we will stick to the existing one. Isme variation will keep on coming. This was the basic thing. Hope the concept is clear. If not, please watch the video again. This video is open on YouTube, so you can watch on multiple times. And उसके बाद भी अगर कुछ doubts है, so connect with me as per the details given in the link attached. Okay, guys, that's it. See you all in the next class, where we'll continue further with credit management. Okay, such. Till then, take care, guys.